Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Olive Oil's Pizzeria, 930 Brookline Boulevard. We're back here again thanks to Frank Fanera, the owner. $5 large pizzas, one topping, $5 hoagies. People are eating and drinking like crazy here. We got a great crowd here. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got Smoking Jim Frazier right with me. He didn't eat yet, so he's going to be quiet during the show eating pizza. A lot of great sports out there. This show will be rebroadcast Wednesday night, 7 o'clock on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and only on Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. Check it out. Facebook, we hit a brand new high, 6,569 likes, so that's the most likes we've had on Facebook so far. Appreciate you watching our show and liking us, and you can see more of these shows. Our show is sponsored with our What's on Your Mind by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station right there in Finleyville. If you have a car or anything that runs on gas, go to Skeets. If you need snowmobiles, he can work on them for you. He works on everything. He's 7 miles from my house in Bethel Park. Great guy, works on gas and does it all. I was there today. He said, "Where's Smoking Jim?" So that's what happens. We're going to start right now with What's on Your Mind, Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
here you go. Don't break it.
You got to see Levine. Big hand for Hall of Fame photographer Frank Fabus is in the house. Speaking of Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame committee got it wrong again. If anybody remembers Andy Russell was the first piece.
I remember him.
Of the steel curtain defensive puzzle. This guy was voted team captain of the Pittsburgh Steelers for 10 straight years, which is still a team record. He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion, 7-time Pro Bowler. He never missed a game due to injury, not in high school, not in college, not in the NFL. He left the Pittsburgh Steelers in the prime of his career to go overseas and fight in the war for the U.S. Army as a second lieutenant. That's back in the era where country was more important than sports. Donnie Shell, a 4-time Super Bowl champion. His 51 career interceptions is still the most in NFL history among strong safeties. Donnie Shell should be in the Hall of Fame. Andy Russell should be in the Hall of Fame. Alan Faneca, L.C. Greenwood, Bill Cowher, Hines Ward, Heath Miller, Troy Polamalu. It's time to make a call to the Hall to get more Steelers in there.
I'm deaf. I can't hear a thing. Are you done? You brought some old new material and some new material. How'd you bring Andy Russell out all of a sudden? Did you see him lately?
He's white.
That doesn't have to bring the race card out. Thank you, Smoking Jim Frazier. Less than 5 minutes, he brought the race card out. That's my NFL scout, Steelers scout, model scout. You name it, he's scouting everything. Even boxing scout. Mine won't be as entertaining as Smoking Jim Frazier because I had it out with him the other day on our show. People were worried about the Steelers. He bets against the Steelers every game. He lost 5 houses when he said bet the house. Won 2 of them back. Steelers are 13-3. Big Ben made his comment that he hopes that we play Jacksonville. I watched one of the worst football games I saw first half. Jacksonville against Buffalo. That half was terrible. What happened to those teams? You're a scout. What happened? You didn't even see it. He doesn't watch football except every day. He gets a film. But I watched it. Big Ben got his wish. Steelers are going to beat Jacksonville when they come back because he's not going to throw 5 interceptions again. Big Ben was off all year or most of the year throwing a high ball. Last 4 or 5 games, he started hitting receivers right in the hands, and they caught it. So I'm very optimistic. Steelers are going to win their 7th Super Bowl. Stay tuned. You heard it here first on Pittsburgh Sportsline. This next gentleman's one of the classiest guys in boxing. He has a greatly named gym, Con Greb Boxing Club. Has some great boxers who are here tonight. We're going to do a show mostly on Con Greb boxers. We got two guys. They traveled all the way from the Ukraine. You know where that's at?
No.
He's got a lot of degrees. He went to Cal State. We'll work on that. When they're up, we'll find out. But I'm bringing up Mike McSorley right now.
Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
Hey, Mike.
Always a pleasure.
You get the mic.
All right.
We'll try to keep Smoking Jim silent.
Hi, man. Good to see you. So thanks for having us tonight.
Hey, we're glad. It's been a couple years. I put a post up on Facebook. The last time we had you on was at the Park House.
That's right. That's right.
And I didn't know that was one of your friends there, Zamir.
Yeah, there he is.
And he was a great guy. We had shows there for about 6 months. Had a fun time there. It's great when you can open up peanuts and throw the shells on
right
the
on
floor.
the floor. And I think it's the oldest bar in town, too.
Yeah, it was the second bar that opened up after Prohibition.
Wow.
The second.
I did not know
I
that.
wonder who the first was.
I don't, you know,
Nobody.
you know who would know is Doug Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
He would know. He
You
was
know
there on
what?
there,
I'm
too.
glad. You know what? Thanks to you, we become friends. Doug
Great
Kavanaugh, come on our show at Atria's PNC Park. I had one of the best times. You know, I like interviewing people.
I know.
I've only interviewed about 500 people, so I can't wait to add these 5 more back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I know you
he's
enjoyed being
he's
on.
just a great guy. He even used our photo as his cover
I've
photo.
seen that, yeah.
So that pumped me up even more.
Absolutely.
I don't have as big an ego as Smoking Jim, but that sort of got me pumped up there.
Yeah. Well,
And-
you know what? He's done a great job of bringing the history of the sport in Pittsburgh back to these younger crop of guys, and
that's
it's good
what's
to learn
great.
from the past. You know.
That's
You
what's
know-
great.
You
'Cause
know where you're going to. You know where you've been. Right?
Well, I have some history. Back in the 60s, I was about 7 years old. There's this old guy come up, knocked on the door, had a busted up nose, cauliflower ears, sort of balding, and he's about 5'5", 5'6". Here he's my dad's cousin. He went by his fight name, Kid Doogie. Now, I don't know anybody that knew him, but he was a fighter. So I'm in Greentree then, looking up to the guy, and he goes, hey, shadow boxing? Then he went and he goes, I got to do my run. So at 60-some years old, he was still in shape. He ran around. I lived in a area of like a 2-mile area. He went and ran, come back, did shadow boxing for a half an hour. Then he opens up this big leather briefcase. He goes, I'm a vitamin salesman. I believe in this stuff. And that got me into health things because looking at my dad's cousin being a boxer.
Yeah.
I didn't like the looks of it, so I stayed away from the boxing. I didn't want to get hit like that. Now,
But you're still in good shape.
well, thank you. I try my best. Now, when did you get started in boxing?
So I got started.
That was a nice segue to do that.
It was. When I went to college up in Vermont, the gym was closed, and there was an off campus. There was a real expensive World's gym, which I probably couldn't
Yeah.
afford today, let alone at 19.
Sure.
And then there was a boxing gym that had weights. So I went to the gym. Started competing and just kind of went from there.
You're a kid
So,
at
and
19.
been involved, 19, and did Golden Gloves through college, and just been involved in the game, different facets.
Because I
long
respect
time.
what you do. You get these
appreciate it.
kids, you start some of them out, some you take and readjust them to the fighting ring, to your
Thank you.
style.
Thank you.
And we saw some great fights at the Carnegie Museum. You invited
you.
us to that. And then I told him, Smoking Jim and I had a chuckle because you were speaking Ukrainian to your fighters,
Well,
and we're like,
gotta get the
who
code
even
words down."
understands it? And it's his 2 fighters understood him. They were throwing knockout punches.
Yeah.
So we
thank
did
you.
get to see that, which was a bunch of fun there.
Yeah.
Thanks for that invite again.
Anytime. Yeah, we just had a great show there.
That's what I
early
wanted to ask
November.
about.
Yeah, it was a really good show. 3 of the guys that are here tonight fought on it. And all 3 had knockouts. So it was
That's
it was
impressive.
a good night. And
Because you don't see that in these fights all the time. You're a heck of a
Absolutely.
matchmaker. I wanted
Thank
to
you.
give you a compliment on that.
Thank you. I appreciate
Because the
it.
night that we saw, there were some great fights.
Thank you.
They
Thank you.
just equally matched guys. And
In Pennsylvania, that's the one thing we really like to have the guys fighting here. And if you look at someone like Sammy Vasquez, Sammy
Sure.
really came up the ranks fast because the PA commission is strict.
I
And-
like how you worked with them. How you brought him along slowly, brought him up to where he was, did a great job with him.
And his,
and you are one of the best cutmen in the corner. You stopped some bleeding that I didn't think a tourniquet would stop.
Thank you. But yeah, no, it's been great. It's an honor to work with guys like the Vasquez, and you know, in terms of doing these promotions,
Sure.
yeah, I saw what Sammy's dad did. He worked so hard, and he did all these promotions, and that's what we're trying to do locally with some of our stable guys.
Well, you come to the right place. When's your next promotion? We'll start right now.
We should. Unfortunately, I don't have a date yet, but we're narrowing a couple down. You guys will be the first to know. So,
well, we'll tell a few people.
Absolutely.
And if you have a flyer or something, I can put it on my show and put it up on that.
We'd be honored. We'd really appreciate it.
I definitely like to give back to the community. I got a whole list of stuff that I put out there. So
nice.
I even do a promo. I want you for BPTV.
Nice. There you go.
He put my face on Uncle Sam's.
Nice.
Had a little fun at my expense.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
It's good publicity.
Absolutely.
When are you looking for the fight then?
So we got right now, one of the guys we work with, Travis Clark. He's got a fight January 20th at the Moundsville State Penitentiary down in West Virginia. He's fighting in the main event
I've
down
met
there.
him when we've gone to West Virginia. He has quite a following.
He does. He's a big fan favorite. Just fought over in Paris this summer. Fought Tony Yoka, Olympic gold medalist. So he's a heck
of a guy.
Great guy. Just opened a gym down there. Gerald Terrell, who's here tonight. Gerald had a big...
Is that G5?
G5, right over here. Gerald had a huge win on our November show. Knocked out a really tough fighter from Reading, 5-0, Shaquem Hodge.
I'm going to have to ask him about that when he comes up here.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll give you that background. But real proud of his performance. I mean, it was a great main event and a tough fight, so we're proud at how he handled his business.
Well, in my mind, he's one of the tougher guys around with the shape that he's in and the workouts that he does. He just impressed me by hanging on a bar the other day and letting a guy wail at him and then doing pull-ups.
Yeah,
I just told him about that, and he hit me in the stomach, but I was still pretty strong.
Absolutely. No, tireless worker, and a lot of credit goes to his coach, Darren, too. I mean, these guys, Coach D, who's also here tonight.
Wait till we talk to him.
Yeah, they put the time in down at Third Ave, and really put a lot of work in all around town.
And what about the other two guys that had knockoffs?
And Oleg and Lubomir, real proud at their development. These guys had hundreds of amateur fights, national champions in the Ukraine.
How did they keep their good looks? They're basically handsome guys here.
I know.
I don't understand how they had hundreds of fights.
I know.
I want this checked.
I know.
Why do I interview them? I'm going to ask.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they can answer that.
Yeah. But they may be fighting on the card on the 20th. Finding all three of these guys' opponents is very challenging, at this stage of the game.
Put it like this. I'm just going to tell people how it is. When you have some success, all of a sudden people get illnesses and they can't get blood work done.
Forgot they had to work.
Yeah, and certain paperwork doesn't come in.
Yes.
I mean, it's mysterious to me because I'm a lay person. I'm outside looking in.
Yeah.
But I understand what fear is.
Absolutely, no doubt. And
they're afraid.
Absolutely. So that's what we've been dealing with. But on the flip side, we've also had some big time promoters talking with us right now, and we're in negotiations with a few. And
I wish you well. I know you can talk.
I appreciate it.
I know you can talk and get something lined up.
Absolutely.
You've been doing that with Sammy Vasquez and others over the years, so I appreciate what you've done there, how you brought him along, where he fought all over the country. I mean, it's impressive for a Pittsburgh kid to be able to do that.
He's come a long way, and these guys, it's a great crop of fighters right now.
Well, you extended your reach to Ukraine.
and these guys are they're as tough as they come, hard workers, and real proud of them.
We've seen him in the ring, and you're not even exaggerating.
Yeah, good work ethic, and it's what's happened is the whole scene in Pittsburgh, I think, has been elevating with all these guys in the room.
Well, what I noticed is we're riding a wave where boxing is getting more popular again. Like I remember back in the 70s, different places would fill 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people to watch Golden Gloves boxing and pro fights. and it's starting to come back to that.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud to be a part of it, to bring people like yourself on.
Thank you.
To talk about this.
Yeah, well, we appreciate the support.
Tell them
and,
where your gym is. I know we've missed it a few times.
Yeah. So it's in North. It's Congrab Boxing Club's in the North Oakland section of Pittsburgh. It's kind of near intersection of Craig and Center. It's in an alley back there. We have no signage. The tenants in the building don't even know it's there.
Well, you gave me a roadmap once on a message, and I'm like, I don't know how to even find it.
Yeah.
And other people say, you got to go to his gym,
yeah.
if you could find it.
If you can find it. It's, people say the hiddenness is part of the allure. I don't know.
It is. It's a mystique.
It's a mystique, I guess.
There's the mystique of that. You're college educated. You understand that.
But it's, more importantly, it's the hard work these guys are putting into it. And, we've had great sparring. We're lucky that we have a lot of other gyms come.
No, you've called us down
Youngstown
a dozen times, and we haven't made it with the different fighters you have. And it's been first class.
We'll get you guys down there. You'll enjoy
we
it.
will.
So, yeah.
Hey, I got to go off subject a little bit, and I got to try to embarrass you a little bit. That you're one of my heroes. He manages property and different things. And he made the newspaper. Now, I used to work at the Post-Gazette, so you know exactly where I'm going here. I'm telegraphing. This guy did something that most of us talk about that we would do if we saw something like this. Here's living proof of what you can do with the skill set you have and the intelligence that you have to do it. So.
Want me to tell you the story?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So,
I'm a story guy. I like a good story. Come on.
So we have been getting crushed with these package thefts, for the last couple of years. All these grad students and tenants are ordering everything off of Amazon. So we've been having a lot of thefts, because this stuff's getting left out in doorways, hallways.
It's easy pickings.
Easy pickings. So this one guy kept hitting us over and over and over, about 7 times, and it was really a pain in the butt.
Thank you. We try not to edit. We try not to edit. Just a family show.
So,
in that lower level.
Yes, yeah. So this guy's really cost us a lot of time and
aggravation.
And coming at the same time every day in the same clothes like clockwork. So kind of a little ballsy too, So arrogant and careless. So
yes.
I saw him.
Not the brightest.
And one thing led to another. And
you saw the guy, right?
I saw the guy. Called the police.
They say, "Sir, could you subdue him? We know you have Congrab Boxing Club."
So
that's what the conversation went like.
Yeah. So
we know we can't find your gym, but you found our guy. Take him out.
So yeah, so it.
You just reacted.
Just reacted, and it took a while for the cops to get there. Actually, so
kidding.
So my foot was kind of falling asleep, and then I have to switch sides a little bit.
Was he struggling?
He was, and once I had him down, he was, admitted to everything.
Did he?
He
wasn't the brightest.
He was, he said, "I'm not going anywhere." He had his hands on his head, and. He
knew he was busted.
And he had a rap sheet a zillion miles long, and a book bag full of other packages. And
get on.
So women's shoes.
I just had to thank you in person. I had to hear the story in person.
It's an honor.
Mike.
Thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure having you. What's your name?
Oleg.
Your whole name. You have a last name. Like, I know Evgeny Malkin.
Yes.
What's your last name?
Dolphun.
Okay.
Dolphun Oleg. Yes.
That's what I tried to find out. I told you I'd ask you one hard question. All right, we're done.
Okay.
No.
I'm kidding.
When did you start boxing?
I'm started boxing 10 years old.
Why?
Because
what happened?
I don't know. I want maybe something try sports and never before.
Did you see boxers and say I want to do that?
Yeah, I see this brother Klitschko. You listen? This is from Ukraine.
Yes.
And I'm see.
You looked up to him.
Yeah, but this brother Klitschko is very big and.
Well, you're not that big.
Yeah, you're not that big, but I like it. Klitschko. I'm watch this fight. This which Sanders.
Okay.
Klitschko wins. I want to try something.
So where did you go?
and I go to gym.
His gym.
Yeah, no, his gym is small city. This names. I from small city named Stabnik.
Stabnik. I've
Yeah.
never heard of it. I only know
You
Pittsburgh
you
here.
never hear.
No, Stabnik. Where the heck is this?
It's small city, but it's good city, very
How many
friendly.
people live there about?
Probably 30,000.
30,000.
Yeah, it's a
I
small-
like your English. I can understand you clearly. How did you learn English?
What?
How did you learn to speak English and understand it?
I don't know.
Did they teach it in school?
No, I'm teaching this Mike. Mike, my coach.
You come
teacher.
here and he taught you.
Yeah, I
Just
know.
like you taught him Ukrainian.
Yeah, I'm before this America nothing speak English, but now I'm a little
And
bit
you've
speak.
only been here 11 months, you told me.
Yeah,
And you're speaking English better than me.
no better.
Yeah. I understand you clearly. You're good.
No better.
You're
I
good.
understand. I'm a little bit, but before American, yeah, I nothing speak, and nothing understand, but I'm
Did you watch TV?
watch TV, watch movies. This France
Ah,
movies.
did you?
And,
You learned French too.
Yeah, France is easy movies for
Oui, oui.
for
Oui, oui.
overway.
Yes, yes.
yes, yes. And this is good.
It's
Now
good.
I'm speak a little bit.
Okay,
I
now,
want better.
now, what's this story? Because you're a pretty good-looking guy, and you had hundreds of fights. Didn't anybody hit you?
Yes.
And what happened? You hit back.
No.
Well, you
I'm-
had to defend yourself.
What,
Did you hit the fighter's back, or you just let him hit you?
I know understand.
Okay, like in boxing, like I would be your opponent. You're gonna just let me hit you?
Yes.
No, you're gonna hit me.
Ah, you.
Right?
Yes.
You're gonna try to hit me.
Yes.
So obviously you were pretty good at it. How good were you at the 100-some fights that you had? Did you win some?
Sometimes sometimes win, sometimes lose.
I understand, but you stayed with it.
Yeah, it's a style. If you lost, you need something. Watch video. If why you lost.
So you learned from your losses.
Yeah, why you lost, and you next time you want
better.
wins. Yes, you want better. Every time need better. If
So
you
you kept
lost,
you kept
maybe
getting
you
better?
know good training or no good. I don't
Something.
know something. Yeah, you need more training. You need more maybe.
Maybe more road work.
No,
You need to run more.
maybe run. Maybe need only sit and need smarts. This is different.
Okay.
What need? Maybe
So-
fast. Maybe
So you learned these things from 10 years old.
yes.
How old are you now?
23.
23?
Yeah.
Wow.
You look older?
No, I thought you were younger.
You too?
I thought you were 18.
No.
I was going to say, what brought you to America?
What?
What brought you to America?
Boxing.
That's,
Boxing.
yeah, that's
Boxing.
what I want to hear.
Boxing.
I'm asking you about boxing, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you got here. You wanted to fight in America.
Yes, I want this because American for profit boxing. This is very
You can
good.
make some money here.
money. Yes, money and popular.
Well, you're getting
And,
more popular.
no,
Look at this
first-
face.
first-
Look at this face on Pittsburgh Sports Line right now.
First need popular and after money.
Well, we're seeing thousands of times a week. Our shows are on 5 times. We got 400 shows on YouTube. So this show will be on Wednesday night on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll put a link up when Oleg come on my show
Okay.
and told me he just gets hit by people. He doesn't hit back.
Okay.
No, I won't say that. But no. So what was your first thought when you come to America?
I come in America and
Well, you didn't speak English.
I can't speak English, but I a little bit study and watch TV and speak, But this training, Mike good teaching, and I understand.
I'm a
first-
fan of his too.
Yeah.
I like Mike.
I like too.
Well,
I'm
how did you get
understand,
along? Here's what confuses me. You're Ukrainian. You
Yes.
come here to fight in America.
Yes,
They recommended Mike.
yes.
So what do you say? I want to fight in Ukrainian?
No.
What did you say to him?
I want this profi career. He say, okay, we try, and now we try.
And that's how it worked.
Yes.
And he's been promoting you. I've seen you fight.
And
You got a nice style of fighting there.
yes, he is promoter and
I see you hit people hard.
maybe.
I think you do. How'd you do your last fight? Tell me about your last fight.
Last fight is no too hard. This is okay fight.
It was good for you.
Good for me, but I'm cut. I have cuts one. This
Oh, you're kidding.
and this.
You got the best cut man in the business. He healed you up.
But
There's no doubt.
last fight is good. I'm wins. This is no very hard for me. I'm ready for more rounds.
You wanna
and,
step up.
Very more hard opponent because it's
Yeah, but
we need-
like I said, it's tough to get the tough opponents
yeah.
because they don't do the blood work. They don't have the blood tests. They don't have medical exams. They just run scared. Because then they see a video of you.
How?
If they
which
see,
one?
if they watch you punching other people, they go, "I don't want to get hit like that," right?
Yes.
Because you're trying to hurt them,
Yeah. I'm trying.
right?
Yes.
I'm glad we agree on something. Good. Now, what's next for you?
Next fight, maybe next fight is this, January 20
Okay.
in West Virginia, and
You-
we now training. We ready.
Are you in shape? Can you handle that?
No.
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 You're not in shape. He's going to work you hard then. They're going to run you, have you boxing, hitting a heavy bag. You got to do all that stuff.
Yes, but yes.
You enjoy it. You have fun at it.
Yeah.
You love the sport.
Yes. You love sport?
Yes.
I'm too.
No, I'm glad that you could speak English with me in 11 months. You understood the talking machine pretty clear.
Sometimes no. Sometimes.
An honest boxer. I tried to slow it down.
yeah. I understand, but
You did pretty well.
yeah.
Definitely. And good luck on your next fight.
Thank
What
you.
weight will you be fighting at?
Next maybe 130. 130.
130?
Yeah.
You got to lose some weight. Get out of here.
Okay. Thank you.
Very nice. Good luck to you. Tell me what your name is.
My name is Lubomir Pinchuk.
Lubomir
Pinchuk.
Pinchuk.
Okay.
You said both names.
Okay, you pronounce it good. Good
Lubomir.
enough. Pinchuk. Good enough.
Pinchuk.
Good enough.
That's the last I say it.
Yeah, good enough. I don't worry.
When did you start fighting?
At 7.
7 years old.
At 7 years
what
old.
got you started at 7? What were you thinking?
You know, I don't know about what I'm thinking. I just like it. Watch all of this in TV. Like my friend already told you, we have 2 great boxers like Klitschko brothers.
So you were watching the Klitschkos.
Everybody watching Klitschko, you know, because it was...
Well, he's from Ukraine.
and it was great champion. I think all world watch Klitschko.
Sure, I've seen him on TV. I've even watched Klitschko.
Everybody watch Klitschko.
I gotta agree with that. Now, were you always taller than other people?
And not always when
How about
I
at
was
7? Were you taller than the rest of the 7-year-old
at 7
kids?
I was very short and
Then what happened to you?
I don't know, I just started to grow up, you know.
Were you eating food?
I ate a lot of food when I was little.
Really? I think that's what did it.
I was big baby.
Really? Well, Smoking Jim used to be a skinny little guy.
I'm
He's
never was
grown
skinny.
into a big man.
You know, I never was skinny.
No. What weight do you fight at?
In cruiserweight,
200?
Under 201.
What
yeah.
do you weigh right now?
200.
So you
Maybe
hold your weight pretty good.
195, yeah.
Good.
I even thinking about
and how do
do it
you-
one light heavyweight.
How do you look so good with hundreds of fights? I asked Oleg that. Lubrim, how do you look so good after getting hit all these times?
I'd not like take hits in my head, you know. I try
You try to avoid that.
try move my head, you know.
Oleg, he just took the punches. I don't know.
No, I try move it. Sure, not every time I can do it, but mostly I
You
try.
do your best. Did you win any fights?
Sure.
How many?
We have probably 250 fights, maybe 200 wins, yeah.
You're kidding me. That's great. You heard it first on Pittsburgh Sportsline. A 200-fight winner from the Ukraine, Lubrim Pinchka.
Okay.
I did my best.
You're doing good, I told you.
And then, what's your plans?
Now you wait for next fight.
the 20th, and you could
Yeah,
be fighting?
January 20. Yeah, and after this we will see what
Yeah.
next. You know, I can't say what I have next.
Now,
Now main thing is next fight. You know, and after this we can know it.
you'll
do
have
it,
to see.
yeah.
And you'll be here almost a year now.
Almost here, yeah, in February.
I heard February 4th.
4 to 5, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what somebody told me. A little bird told me that.
I know about which one bird you think, yeah.
How do you speak English so well? Did you speak English when you came here?
No, I don't speak English.
Both of you didn't speak English. This amazes
You know,
me. You talk
maybe
very clear
little
and you
bit.
understand me.
Yeah, I understand you.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I understand.
All right.
I understand everything what you want.
Okay, good.
Your English not so bad, you know.
It's from Pittsburgh. It's bad. I'm doing the best I can.
No.
That you guys understand it. You speak very clear. I can't wait to see you fight again. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And you take care at your cruiserweight.
Thank you.
Lubrin.
Lumir, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell them your name.
Gerald Sherrill,
Otherwise known as.
G5.
Thank you. I like watching your workouts.
Thank you.
I told you that one hanging from a chinning bar was nice.
Yeah. That was my down circuit set. So it was kind of a relaxing thing going on.
Hold it. You had a guy pounding on you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're relaxed.
Well, that's
I
what
like
you
your
want. That's
style.
what you want to do. You want to stay relaxed while you're in there. You don't want to get tensed up. While
like it.
you're in the ring, you don't want to get tensed
There's
up.
a
at all.
method to your madness.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta be a little crazy to do it. So
Yes. I'll co-sign that. I'm right with you. Now, how
Yes,
long?
sir.
I know I asked you before. When did you start boxing?
around the age of 7, 8.
7, 8. Mm-hmm. What got
Yes,
you
sir.
started?
Who'd
Who'd you see? I know it's a tough one.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Okay. So you saw
Sugar Ray
these great
Robinson,
boxers on TV.
Muhammad Ali, and then
You're
I
naming
started.
guys I like.
Remember when Contender came out?
Yes.
Then I really start getting into it. I was just hitting the bag, messing around after school.
Were you a skinny kid?
I was smaller
How'd
than
I
everybody.
guess? I just figured that.
I was smaller than everybody.
Really?
Yeah, and I
You
just
wanted to
kept
fight.
going. I just kept going to the gym, and I stuck with it. By the time I was 10, 11 years old, I was down 3rd Ave with Darren.
Is
And
that when you got down there with Coach D?
yeah, and I start fighting. That's when I really got into it, and he got me ready. He got me really ready. and-
Golden gloves.
yeah, Won my first Golden Gloves as soon as I started fighting.
Tell me about that.
It was fun,
How'd that happen? What, 10,
well-
11 years old?
Yep. Yep. That was a long time ago, man.
How old are you now?
Me, 24.
That ain't that bad.
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
on.
not that bad,
24. That's half your life ago.
Sometimes, I feel like an old man.
You're sitting next to one. Come on.
You look gooder than me. You look way better than me.
Thanks, buddy. You're my
look
new
good.
best friend.
All right, cool, good.
He's smooth. Coach D, you brought him up right. So, okay,
trying.
you win this Golden Gloves at 11. Mm-hmm. What were you thinking?
I was excited. It was the first time I actually did anything.
Accomplish something.
Other than playing football, winning football championships. But
You
it
played
was
some
it was
football.
me. It was I did that. It wasn't like I played.
One-on-one.
Yeah, it wasn't a team. It was me.
I got you.
So it was
Nobody else but you.
Yeah, and it felt like a sense of accomplishment. When you're that young, and so it felt really good. And I had Coach D in my corner.
How was he at that time?
Excited. He was a lot. He didn't have so much gray.
I understand.
So,
I understand. I understand that.
and Isaiah was he was a baby in the stroller. So
Well,
but
people do grow up.
Uh-huh.
Look, you're 24 now. So
yes sir.
Definitely. Now, how many amateur fights did you get under your belt?
Oh, I have almost 100 amateur fights.
Get on.
Yes sir. All together. Yep.
Nice.
Yes sir.
And you learned from your losses and
Yeah.
carried on. Because
Yes, sir.
everybody gets beat.
Yes, sir. Everybody who loses, you gotta just get up, get back on that bike. Sometimes you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes you don't anticipate everything. So, You know, you
Well,
just
you
got to
your
get back
coaches-
up on
you
that
got
bike
your
and keep
coaches
going.
there yelling at you what they anticipate.
Well, I mean-
hear Coach D in the corner.
Yeah.
Watch that left.
Yeah.
Chin down. Mm-hmm. I've seen that,
Yes,
heard
sir.
that.
Yes,
I've
sir.
been there.
Yeah,
and
that's
then I
Coach
see
D.
you throw these hands. You got some great hand speed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's respected by me.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man.
I
Thank
know you work hard at it.
Yes, sir.
And for people out there, these kids from the Ukraine, 7 years old, 10 years old, they put a lot of hard work in. They come to America, couldn't even talk.
Yes,
you
sir.
can talk.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
talk
sir.
pretty well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I try, you know.
But you have to put the time and effort into the sport.
Uh-huh.
Do you do road work?
Yes. Matter of fact, I just came from doing some running, so.
Get out. You ran from down there to up here.
No, we stopped up here and got a quick workout in before we came up here. So,
Did you?
Yeah, we didn't want to miss a day of workouts.
I got you. I like your style.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's tough when we do Monday night. A lot of gyms are open and
Yeah.
you're working out,
Yeah.
especially before fights.
Yeah, that's why we had to get it in before we came over.
Now, when's your next fight?
Well, at this time we're looking towards February. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed till then.
How often do you fight? Do you want to tell the folks how often you fight, or try to?
I
Or what
just
you
I try
looking-
to stay ready. So whenever a fight do come up, you know, I have
What
no
weight
problem.
are you at?
Me, I walk around probably around 175.
What are you fighting?
Fight at 160.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Drop 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
problem.
easy. That's
Is
easy.
it?
That's easy.
You don't eat chicken like Smoking Jim, man. You
That's
cut
easy.
that out.
Yeah, I cut all the fried stuff, man.
Yeah.
Cut it out, man. No fried stuff, you know.
Can you teach my man a little bit?
Yeah, I'll get you with a dab, man. I'll get you with a dab, brother. I got
Help
you.
him.
I
He
got
just
you.
had the quadruple bypass.
Okay,
And he's back
okay,
to getting
wow.
Kentucky Fried Chicken by the bucket.
Oh man, you're not doing that, are you?
He won't say officially.
He's not.
He's-
I plead the fifth.
you got to cook for him. Come on. That's my
Yeah,
best buddy.
yeah.
My brother from another mother. I got to keep him strong here. Look at how good he was with his opening comments.
Yeah, we gotta get you on a protein fish diet. Something.
Guess what? He sees Kentucky Fried. He's stopping in to see the Colonel.
Okay,
And the
okay.
Colonel got these good deals.
Wow.
$5 fill-ups. Come on.
Quick. Yeah.
Speaking of $5, $5 large pizzas. I was the pizza, guys. All right.
Yeah.
$5 hoagies. Thanks to Olive Oil's Pizzeria here, 930 Brookline Boulevard. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Now, your last fight, I've been holding off on that because I heard you did well.
Yeah, man, it was a really
What
good
happened?
fight.
Take me through this. Slow.
You know,
or quickly.
we had we had a tough opponent. You know, we knew we had a tough opponent coming in.
How'd you know?
He had a high knockout ratio. He was state national champ.
Where at?
Pennsylvania Golden Gloves.
Okay.
He was a pretty. He was a really decent.
Because Mike says he's a good matchmaker.
Yeah, he was a really good fighter. He was number one in the state. You know, he came to fight. He came to win. You know, he didn't come there to lay down.
Did he know who you were?
Yeah, he knew who I was. He basically.
Because some of them are scared of you.
I mean,
Come on.
He actually wanted the fight. I was told that they actually wanted that fight, so he could
that inspire you?
move. It was either he move up or I move up. So either he needed the fight to move up or I needed the fight to move up.
You know what?
So
I
it
like
was-
hearing this conversation.
Yeah. So I mean, and
What were you thinking?
I was just thinking, you know, chances. You know, sometimes you gotta take a chance. You know, it wasn't a really big chance I was taking, so I knew I could take it. So it was like, okay, I could take this chance, and then
How'd you come out?
what you mean? Yeah, we came out from
Because we
bell
weren't
to
there.
bell.
We weren't there. I wanted
from,
to hear. I know how you
from
operate.
from bell to bell, man. Me and him, we were going at it, you know. And after a while, you know, I start getting my groove, you know. And
I
he
know
was
when you
coming.
hit that groove.
He was constantly coming. He didn't stop. You know, he was
What
like
happened when
he had
hit
a
you? Did he hit you a couple
yeah.
times?
He hit me a couple times. You know, I'm kind of used. I don't know. From what I watched on his tape, he has punching power. You know, and you know he did hit hard. He definitely hit hard.
Yeah. But you handled it.
Yeah, I
That's
handled
what
it
you're
really
trying to
good.
say.
Yeah, I handled
The
it really
shape
well.
that you were in, his punches really didn't knock you back.
Yeah. He was a
I'll
strong.
say it for you.
Okay, he was
I
a.
read your eyes, even though they're open now.
He was. He was a real.
Sorry.
He was a real tough kid, man. He came to fight and
And when did you
by
knock him out?
round 6, last round.
Couldn't wait
I
any longer.
couldn't wait no longer. Second round came out, I had him hurt, and after that second round, I just went to a mode where it was just like, okay, I know what this guy's gonna come out and do, In that third round, he came out and he threw his best shots in that third round, and that's when I seen that,
You knew.
I was like, okay, I could get this guy. It's time to start putting it on him.
What was Coach D saying in the corner?
Box, move your head, make him feel stupid, and don't give him nothing.
Nice.
When you get in there with a guy that's as good as you, and he has a lot of experience like you,
Can't
you don't
play around.
You don't want to play around. You don't want to give him anything. You don't want to. You don't want to give him a free. That's like the Steelers giving a free penalty. We don't want to see that this week in
How
Steelers.
about an extra bucket of chicken?
Yeah, or that too. So I mean,
No, it makes sense. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it
just
does.
like to know what's in your mind when
Yeah.
you gave you your best shot and you took it.
Yes,
you
sir.
know all that work you put in
yes, sir.
was
Yeah.
worth it. So
Yeah.
now
Yeah, and
You
I had
can take it to the
I got
next
the best.
level.
I got the best trainer in the game, and he got in my head, and he told me, do your thing, and
you
I
did.
just went in there and I got to work, and I was actually excited. I was smiling. I was like when I
Were you?
when I'm in there with somebody good, I like it. I smile, I laugh. I'd be like, all right, let's go. I had fun.
that's unusual.
Yeah, it is. He brought
Because a lot of guys aren't smiling when they know they can kick that guy's butt.
yeah, the guy.
They
I
just
mean,
get serious.
he brought out a lot of me. He brought
The
out
best.
Yeah, he brought out some things in me that I needed to see. That I needed to capitalize on, and I needed to grab while I can. So I picked up on some things. I learned some things through that fight. It was a really good fight, man. And around round 5, he was starting to fade.
Was he?
That at the end of the round, I knocked him down, and
You did knock him down.
I knocked
in
him.
the
I
fifth
knocked him
round.
down 3 times. 5th round, I came back. At the end of the 5th round, he was a little wobbly. So 6th round, I came out. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna get him out this
What'd
round.
you do?
I came out, gave him a feint, hit him, with the right, and he didn't know what was going on.
What knocked him down?
It was a combination of punches.
I'm trying to get this
when
out
I
'cause
actually had
Coach
him-
Mike said you'd tell me.
When I actually had him on the ropes, I was trying to use my jab to keep him where I wanted to.
Yeah.
Without giving anything to him, without giving
Right.
up any of my space. Hit him with an uppercut, and then I came with a hook. That's what I think it was.
Nice.
Then he started to stumble.
And you
I
took
was
him
like,
down.
let me throw another one and just see if it. All right, it landed. Then he fell. So it was.
And that's why you're in the
Yeah.
game.
Yes, sir.
You know when
Yes,
they're
sir.
weak, you're taking them down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I knew
Congrats.
this guy. He was in shape. He came in shape. He's always conditioned. He always runs. So I knew I had to be ready. And I took him to deep waters and I put him out. So
Congratulations.
thank
champ.
you, thank you, thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I
Glad
appreciate
you could
it.
tell everybody this
Yes,
will
sir.
be rebroadcast Wednesday night.
Okay.
7 o'clock to 8. I'll put a link up when you get on.
Yes, sir. Yes,
After
sir.
Olog
Yes, sir.
and
Thank
Lou
you.
Breen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys, man.
No, we appreciate
I
it.
love coming on this show, man. Thank you, thank you.
We'll have you back again after your next fight.
Okay, okay,
I want the play-by-play.
okay. All right, I got
How
you.
you handle that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You got to
sir.
register that.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Got it. G5.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
give you a
guys.
little bit back. He's taught me.
Thank you, guys.
Former City League high school football champion, too. bro.
14 minutes. Coach D, tell them your name.
My name is Darren Dolby. Everybody know me as Coach D.
That's why I call you Coach D.
That's
And
it.
when did you get started in boxing? We're not going to go all the way back, but when
All right.
did you get started? 7, 10, 11,
I was,
3?
I was 11,
You were 11?
11 years old, yep.
And the Smoking Jim talks about you all the time, being undefeated and a champion. So we're not going to bore people with that
I
stuff.
mean, I remember Smoking Jim, man. He was smooth back then, man.
Was
Still
he?
smooth.
He is. Here,
you
give him the
know,
mic.
And he
Give him the mic.
he would sit there and commentate, and he, would talk about my movement. He'd be like, "Man, look at this kid dance in the ring," you know. And
He
like-
spoke highly of you.
oh yeah, he did.
Before I
Nice.
even met you, he told me what a good guy you were.
Right.
That's
yeah,
why I was always smooth with you.
That's it. But
It's nice to have you back on.
that's it, man. That's
What's
it.
going on in your gym? What's happening?
Right now, me and Gerald's just focused on the next fight. That last fight was a good opponent for him. We learned a lot.
I love
from that
hearing
fight.
you in the corner because you see things before they happen.
Oh yeah, I seen.
You're
everything.
yelling these things out to them so they're prepared. That's what I like about your style. He'll be saying, "Get that left up box, get out of that corner, make them work."
Move, make him earn it,
you're,
you know?
Yeah, you're there
So-
all the time. Make them earn it. I hear all the time.
Yeah, this last guy we had, man, he is a hell of a right hand.
Really?
Yeah, he had a great right hand, overhand right. And I told Gerald, I said, you can see it from miles away.
Yeah, he
And I
telegraphs.
told him, I said, you better not let him hit you with that
Wow.
punch. I said, ain't no way he should be able to hit you with that punch. I said, you can give it to him, act like he can have it, and take it away.
Take it away with his
And,
quickness.
And Gerald followed through the game plan
Did
the
he?
whole way through, man. He did a hell of a
Perfectly.
job. Perfectly. And
Hey, it was a great fight. I like how he described it there.
yeah, that last round, man.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, it's up to you. I mean, I said, this kid
Take
should
him.
be ready to go. You know, I mean, you done beat him
called it.
down. Yep.
Wow,
Like I said, his last two bouts.
that's good.
Hey, I
Well,
called
you can
him.
see the progress he's made and
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Well, we study the guys' fights. You know, I see their
I'm
mistakes.
sure you watch a lot of film.
Oh yeah, I watch their mistakes. You know,
Yeah.
I tell him this is what going.
And then when you see that pattern, you're yelling it out there to him.
constantly.
Yeah,
That's it.
I know.
That's
I
it.
like your style. I
Oh,
mean,
man,
I
I
enjoy
appreciate
being there. He's talking all the time, but I got to listen to you when you're in the ring. He's constantly talking. If he's not eating a piece of chicken, he's
Right.
talking. But
'Cause, I mean, these guys make it exciting fights. You know, they
Yeah.
come to fight.
well, you know, we enjoy the fights. We like promoting the fights. We like.
Right.
We're going to be announcing fights. Kansas City against Pittsburgh at the Sokol Club on the 27th. We'll be
Okay.
doing fights that night too.
Okay, I might stop by.
So yeah,
check it
stop
out.
on by,
You know,
say hi to us.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, we'll
You
get
know,
you
it's-
out there.
Y'all guys been around me for years, man. I
Yeah, yeah.
mean, this
Hey,
is-
we appreciate you.
doing some great things together. But like I said, we looking for the next bout. Get
Good.
ready for that. I'm looking for whoever Mike picks.
Yeah, you got
know,
to
I
find
mean,
out.
I leave it in his hands, man. He's a great
No,
guy.
Mike's a good guy on
promoter.
matchmaking
Yeah,
and promoting.
definitely. He's one
I
of
like
the
his
best.
style. Yeah.
You know, now we got another guy that's jumped in. He's
Who's
getting ready
that?
to come up next.
Who-
You know, he's conditioning type of guy. You know, he takes Gerald running and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
We're gonna have him on after you.
Yeah, so I mean, we got some good things falling in place.
Yeah. And how's the gym?
Oh, the gym's
You all
going
right at
good.
the gym? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Keeping
it's
you
coming.
busy.
Yeah,
That's
kids,
good.
you know,
I understand.
got to keep the kids busy.
Shout
man.
out to your son.
My son Isaiah. Isaiah, what's up, man?
Bring him up 1 second. Come on, Isaiah, stand right here.
One day he'll be an up and coming champ.
He was on our show when he was 6 years old.
Yes.
Now, please talk for me. How old are you now?
I'm 10.
You're kidding me. You're still full of energy like you always were?
Kind of.
You better listen to your mom and dad.
I do.
Because a few times I caught you, you weren't. You better listen to them. You do? What else are you doing? You going to school?
Yeah.
Got to
What-
get him in the gateway.
What grade are you in?
Fourth.
He's in the fifth.
Fourth.
All right, 4th grade. You're done.
Okay.
You want to say hi to your mom? I tried. Say hi to your wife for us. She's a big fan of ours. We
Yeah,
always
my
like
wife
seeing her.
Bernadette Dolby. Hey, sweetie,
We got him.
they got me.
We got him here. Anything
She
else?
loves y'all guys, man.
Ah.
She always talks about y'all guys. You know, she see y'all on Facebook. You know,
Yeah, we post some things up there.
Yeah,
you know that.
she'll see
Like
it.
this show will be posted up.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
then you can watch it. It'll be
Yeah,
on
well-
YouTube. We'll post it up. We'll even show Isaiah's face. Maybe we won't show Isaiah.
Give me and my wife something to watch. you
Yeah,
know. But, I
give
mean,
you a little TV.
Yeah,
Another hour show.
there you go. There you go.
Coach, it's always a pleasure.
That's right.
I want to thank you.
I appreciate this moment, man. You guys. And we'll get back together
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Hey, we'll see your fighters. We'll see your fighter at G5.
G5, he's the man right now. You know?
I know. He made a
And I tell
believer
you
out of
what,
me.
I tell you what, if football wasn't in his way, coming up in the boxing,
Yeah.
he'd have been pro probably at the age of 17.
You're kidding me.
I'm
That
telling
darn
you.
football.
I mean, but he was always in that sports.
Because the way
you know, he
people are
loves
getting
sports.
concussed, they're changing the game. So
Remember, we used to always think he was your son.
Yeah, they still say that. They say
I
that's
know.
your son. Well, I
I
mean, he
can't
is my
believe your
son.
kid's 24.
Yeah.
He's 24. Get him out the door with you. Come on. It's
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
I like
Good luck to you in the future.
Appreciate it.
You
Thank
take care. Thank you. George, we got time for you. You're on your way. Tell them your name. Hold that mic up.
My name is George Diefenbach.
And what do you do?
I am the running coach for
How
the.
did you become the running coach?
Well, a good friend of mine who used to work with my boxing, teaching me about boxing, is very good friends with Mike McSorley, and
You can drop names on our show. I don't mind dropping names.
They know this guy.
his name is Eric Jackson Lurie.
My man.
You're allowed to drop names. We drop names all the time. We promote them. I'll even mention Olog's name and Lou Bream. I don't know if I can pronounce his name anymore. Go ahead.
So Eric was training me down at the Con Grab gym one time, and that's where I met
How
Mike.
did you even find the gym?
I went in with Eric.
Okay.
Eric knew the way.
Do they really put breadcrumbs down so you can find it? Because I heard they throw breadcrumbs down.
It's a great gym. It's
How
a
could
well
it not with a name like Con Greb?
exactly
Historically, that is great.
Two of the
Billy
greatest-
Conn, Harry Greb.
two of the greatest ever.
Yes. It's a shame Billy Conn was Irish, though. He would have just won the fight. He even says sorry that he was Irish. He had to win. Couldn't beat Joe Louis, though, even though he had him.
You know, I had a conversation with Tim Conn, his son,
Okay.
and I asked Tim what his dad did in terms of his training, and he said he used to spar and he used to go to the Shenley Oval and run.
Really?
So it actually confirmed, you know, in our minds that it was the correct thing to do to work out the athletes. I am
Well, I always ask, like I told you, these young guys, we see them go first round, they're great. Second round, they're fading. Third round, they're out of gas. So I'll ask them if they like running.
That's what Butterbean used to do.
you know, if you look
That's
at
why we don't mic up Smoking Jim.
if you look at the great boxers of history, if you look at Mayweather, if you look at Ali, if you look at guys like Steve Forbes, even guys like Mike Tyson, he would wake up at 5 o'clock and go for a 3-mile run. That was how he
Tell 'em
started
about Ali.
his
You
days.
shared something with the
Ali ran
This
four
is for Smoking Jim.
ran 4 times a week. He would wear combat boots and he would run 5 miles at below 8-minute per mile pace. That's
Smoking
that's
Jim?
how he would train.
That's your next mission.
Yeah, sometimes he used to run backwards, too.
Yep. So if you look at those great boxers in history, they had amazing endurance. Amazing
Well, the
endurance.
shape they were in. I go by the shape.
Yes.
They'd fight 15 rounds. Look like they could go 5 or 10 more.
You know, a
look
guy
at
like
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ali fought in Yankee Stadium against Ken Norton and knocked him out in the 15th round. And Ali was one of those guys that moved. He was constantly moving.
Sure, and talking, of course. 'Cause I recognize the talking ability of Muhammad Ali
But
because I can talk a little.
you know, those athletes were able to knock people out deep into rounds because they had the legs. and they had the not only the aerobic endurance but the anaerobic endurance.
Explain what you do, since now we opened up that can of worms there on running.
What we do, everything I do, I clear with Mike. We talk about the training that we put these athletes through, but an athlete, a boxer is going to box a 3-minute round, and then they're going to take a 1-minute break in between rounds. And what we do, we try to simulate what they do when they're in the ring. Push them pretty hard. We work out on the track at the Shenley Oval. We work
going
out
back to Billy
Yep,
Cahn's
back
days.
to Billy Kahn, back to that origin. We work them out. Work them out on the trails. There's an old horse trail called Panther Hollow, which is a 4-mile loop that goes up and down hills. Hills are the friends of these boxers. The hills make them great. These
adversity makes them great.
That too.
And there's some adversity to hills, because I grew up in Pittsburgh. I understand.
There's enough of them.
We got them.
But these boxers are the hardest working athletes I've ever worked with. We have Oleg, we have Lubomir, and we have
Lubomir.
Gerald.
I'm mispronouncing his name.
And then we have Travis Clark, who we work with down in West Virginia. And whatever we give them, they work so unbelievably hard. And
Why do they do it?
Because they want to win.
Okay.
They want to win.
I'm trying to get it out for people, because a lot of people, they're getting Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't want to run across the street. These guys are putting in miles with hills.
These guys are so dedicated, and they'll train at a high heart rate and sustain that high heart rate like they're throwing punches in the middle of a bout. And then we back them back down, take a brief rest break for about a minute or so.
Okay.
And then
go back at it hard.
Then they might shadow box, then they go back at it on the track or on the hills. So it's one of those things that builds their endurance factor, which helps them to be victorious when they go into their bouts. And I've always lived by the adage, it's more fun to win than to lose.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't argue with you.
Hey, Coach, now Travis Clark was a former great wrestler, got a wrestling background. How does he compare his wrestling workouts to what you put him through in boxing?
One of the very first times I worked with Travis, we did 1/4-mile repeats on a track.
What's
and he'd run 400 meters, and then we'd take a break for maybe 30, 40 seconds, then have him shadow box, and then go back at it. That guy works so hard. I mean, you can just
in great
you can
shape.
just see the effort. And he's 39.
No, we met him. We talked to him in West Virginia.
Hard worker, and
well respected.
Does he have any more room for tattoos?
I saw that he got another one over the Christmas break. So
always room for one more.
There might be one more somewhere.
Tell us what you did in a past life, because this is interesting with the running, working with the youth of America right now. Look at these guys facing adversity every day with you. What did you do?
One of the things that you look at, like for example, Mike Tyson is now retired from boxing, and maybe
we know Mike. We met him when he started his group.
But Mike Tyson has a daughter who's a big tennis player, and all Mike does now is play tennis. Now, if you look at the sport of tennis and the sport of boxing, there are similarities. You just don't get punched when you're playing tennis. All right, but you're trying to
good point.
You're trying to control somebody. You're trying to hurt them, and then you're trying to knock them out. And that's what you're doing on a tennis court. For 38 years, I was the head tennis coach at the University of Pittsburgh. But I've always had an interest in boxing because I think boxers are the true warriors in sport.
Well, with that, we're going to say goodnight. I always end my show with "Stay Joey Strong."